The Central Texas flood continues to dominate the news and our thoughts as well. The provisional river gauge data from the U.S. Geological Survey shows it only took a few hours for water to reach record level heights. And seeing that water at that level, most car owners, would turn around. But we've all seen videos where people take a chance only to find out that that water is a bit deeper than they think. And so if that happens to you, we want you to know how to react in the moment. So we invited Daniel Armbruster with AAA to share what you should do next and more about a AAA study that could actually help you out in those moments. Hello, Daniel. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Erin.
So glad to have you here. Okay, so what was the study and how was it conducted? What were your findings from it?
Yeah, so this study looked at vehicle escape tools. There's two primary different types of tools. Which tool is more effective in an emergency and which type of glass. There's two different types of glass that automakers use. Which one breaks? So you need to know which one is located and where it's at in your car.
And that is such good knowledge because of the simple fact that I don't think anyone probably knows what kind of glass is in their car, or if that's even in the owner's manual. So what were the results and what should car owners take away from this predominantly?
So we know that of those two different types of vehicle escape tools, there's hammer style, which is you have to physically break like a hammer on the glass, and also there's spring-loaded style. The spring-loaded style escape tool is much more effective at breaking out of that vehicle, but it has to be on tempered glass, not laminate glass.
Got it.
A lot of vehicles, newer ones, have laminate glass to prevent you from being ejected from the vehicle should it roll over.
Wow.
Right, so you need to find where the tempered glass is on your vehicle. You can look in the corner of the glass, it'll say tempered or laminated.
Oh, okay, so we do have a sign to tell us.
Exactly.
And we probably honestly haven't paid attention to it, but I'm assuming it's probably a little tiny sticker in the corner, like you said, that will tell us. But even that's so crazy because as I'm listening to you, you're talking about how they're changing the glass types to prevent other situations. And then in other situations like the ones that we're seeing right now, we need to have the knowledge that, okay, everything is not universal. And so you actually brought a few things with you this morning. You were talking about the difference between hammer and then what you use on the laminate. So can you break down what we have here?
So these are hammer and they're bigger, right? They look like they would be more effective in an emergency.
Right.
They're not.
Interesting.
Because if you're underwater and you're trying to hammer that window, you're going against the pressure of the water. So these are spring loaded. They're a little bit smaller. This is actually the one I use in my vehicle. And it also plugs into the lighter so you can have easy access to it, because in an emergency, you're going to want to be able to find that tool immediately.
And
you're not going to have a lot of time.
This is such good information because I was just telling Daniel before we came back from commercial that this is actually the one that I have in my car. And so you think you're prepared and sometimes you realize, okay, I actually don't have the tools that I need. And so this is such an important conversation. Now, the floodwaters can move in very fast. So what do we do if we're stuck in our car? Because like you just said, trying to hammer glass underwater is very difficult.
Yeah, number one, before you get into a situation like that, and hopefully you never do, you want to have a plan. Talk to your children, talk to your family. What would you do if that happened? It's not just floodwaters. Sometimes there's a crash where people crash into water.
Yeah.
So having that plan is so important. Knowing which windows have tempered glass is important. And then, of course, always, if you come across a roadway that has water on it, turn around, don't drown. That saying is so important.
It is.
And try to locate higher ground and always know where that vehicle escape tool is in case you need it.
I like that turn around, don't drown, because of the simple fact that I think a lot of us feel like, not that we're invincible, like, oh, but it wouldn't happen to me. You know what I mean? Or I can get through this. And then we find ourselves in the situation where we're like, oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I need to call someone, or I need to figure out how to get out of this. Now, I want to touch on as well, because I did see a video the other day that was talking about you shouldn't necessarily go for the windows on your side, but the window in the back. Is that still true?
I saw a similar video.
Yeah.
It depends on if it's tempered or laminate.
Okay, so that goes into that as well.
Right, so on my vehicle, it's a 2016 model, and I know that my driver's side windows are laminate, but my back windows are tempered. So you might have to climb to the back of your vehicle.
Okay.
Also, typically in modern vehicles, the front of the vehicle is going to sink a little faster than the back, so you might be able to climb to the back. The bottom line is you're not going to have a lot of time. Seconds matter.
Every second matters indeed. Okay, can we talk quickly, because I know we have 30 seconds left, but I want you to talk about just getting that seatbelt off, because I know sometimes it can get jammed. So is this still okay to use the cutter? Is that okay on that?
These come with a seatbelt cutter, really important. Sometimes when a car is submerged, the seatbelt might not function correctly and it might be difficult to get off. You might have to cut yourself out. and then break that window if you have to, and get out of that vehicle as fast as possible. Do not let water, there's a lot of myths out there, letting the vehicle fill with water to equalize the pressure. Don't do that.
Don't wait.
That's wasting seconds and precious time.
That you need. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Well, thank you so much for being here. This was great information. It's so timely right now. And I think after the tragedy that just happened, we all should have a plan in place. So Daniel, thank you so much. I appreciate you very much.